Hello, it's dark. I have turned on the day and night mode for City Skylines too, and it's really dark. Streets light are lighting up some of the city, but there are parts of the city where I haven't built anything. So yeah. But first, hi and welcome back to my channel. We're playing City Skylines 2. We are building the city of Springville. Today, I am going to take you through some of the changes, or not changes, but new development of the city. Because the darkness, it is kind of to make a surprise that I have done something else than just sticking to the traffic jam situation and not figuring that one out. So I did something new and it's hidden by the dark right now. It's the element of surprise I'm trying to do here. I don't think I'm succeeding in that. I think I'm succeeding in making a dark video. So that might be something I can learn from. But yeah, I also like playing with the nighttime mode on, but I do like the daytime because then it's easier to build and place down stuff. But something new and maybe exciting is hiding in the dark here. So let's just let it be and we can move over to the more urban area where there are more things to see in the dark because I've said it before and I will say it again many, many times. City Skylines 2 in the dark is just fantastic to watch. If you go down into the streets and you watch the people and you watch the cars and trams and everything just going about during nighttime, it's kind of a really exciting thing, especially for me because I live in a small city in Norway and we do have dark times. We have dark times almost half of the years. But I live in a city where there isn't many people living, or there is some people living. We're the third largest city in Norway, but I have never in real life experienced a big city with high-rise buildings during nighttime, and that is kind of one of my dreams. Or I have been to larger cities in nighttime, like Rome. I've been there, loving it. I've been to London. I was kind of young when I went there, and I spent a night at a pub. So I don't remember much of that evening out in London. So that might have given me that experience that I'm looking for. But I think going to New York or something and spending the night outside would be kind of scary also, but kind of exciting to see. But yeah, I'm rambling about my dreams and we're playing City Skylines 2 and my dreams should be in City Skylines 2 right now, not in traveling. But yeah, I were talking about going down into the streets of the city and right now I'm just spending time placing down elementary schools because I see that those are getting full quite fast. So I guess I need to add even more than what is already existing in the city because we are reaching the 100,000 people living in the city and above that. So I guess there is a lot of children also wanting to attend school, which I haven't focused on really. My focus has been on the harbor traffic jams. So yeah, I'm trying to take care of other stuff in the city also. So the old town, that one is a place where I do not spend a lot of time going into the streets. It's kind of strange because it's my favorite part of the city, layout wise and style wise, I guess. But the urban area is where I tend to really dive into the city and look at the people and just I could spend quite a lot of time just looking at people and cars in the game. But I guess that's kind of normal. Do you spend a lot of time looking at people in the game? I'm the kind of person who can also go visit a coffee shop and just sit in the window and watch people. I don't know if that is something I should admit to doing, but I also think that a lot of people, I'm not that strange. A lot of people actually do that and just look at people. Not to judge people, just to look at people and see other people having their life being happy or sad or whatever they are. Just seeing people is good. So yeah, there's a lot of people actually using the trams because the tram stations tend to or tram stops tend to have a lot of people standing in and waiting for the trams to arrive. So that is kind of a good thing, I guess, because if I didn't add the trams to the game, those people would either just have to drive or take the bus. And the buses, I feel like they are causing more mayhem than they are doing good, I would say. And you might disagree and say that if you have a well thought out bus line system, the buses will do good. And I guess that is also true. But I feel like they are sometimes just blocking the traffic instead of doing good. And you might say that the trams are also blocking the traffic with being stuck or having to wait or being long. So the subway is maybe the most or the best public transportation, I think. But also, it's not that spectacular to watch because you can follow it and you can see the people going in and out of the subway stations, and sometimes there are just bunch of people going out when a subway has arrived, but it's not the same, I feel. But I am a strange person for thinking that maybe. But anyways, it's light and we can take a look at the new changes I added, or not the changes, but the additions to the city. I have planes. I built a airport so we can have people travel by plane and goods also being delivered by plane. It's I'm kind of laughing about the placement of the planes and the fact that goods are being delivered here, because I know that this will it will cost me a lot of chaos again with the transportation of the goods from the airport and to the airport. But yeah, I wanted to have an airport in the city, especially now that we have some of the tourist attractions in the city and there are a lot more people in the city. The city is at a size where I think that the airport was due to be added to it. And I have joked before about placing down an airport in the harbor area. So maybe I'll just do that now and have planes riding from this side over to the other side and see if that can help me with my struggles over at the harbor area. But I tried, when I placed down the airport, I really tried to think about how can I move along with this new situation in the city. So I place it by a highway, so I'm able to connect the roads to that highway and have cars driving on that one. So I think it's not the stupidest placement of the airport, to be honest. If you disagree, please let me know. And if you agree, you can also let me know. And yeah, again, I also placed down a residential area with some city services and some commercial areas. uh, on this side of the highway, the airport side of the highway, and I tried living on the wild side again. It's not working out great for me living on that wild side, because they just keep building big and then they keep abandoning their place, and so I will have to stick with my controlling the sizes of the low density residential buildings, because here I ended up just changing some of them to medium density. And I actually spent some time trying to figure out how to make the off ramps and on ramps to the highway and the connection to the other part of the city, how to make it pretty. And I would say this is kind of a creative and beautiful design from me. I don't know if it's a good one in regards to the efficiency of the traffic, but it's something, and I built it myself, so I'm kind of proud. Let's give me a round of applause for the circles and bendy roads over in the new residential area. Thank you. But the high rent, uh, people complaining about the high rent is still bothering me. I know that in the beginning, when City Skylines 2 were released, it was a bug that kept this issue occurring. But right now, I don't think it's a bug. It's the fact that they are building too big, and why would they do that? And when I delete a building, they just build up a equally sized place. It's kind of strange. Yeah, and I have forgot to mention that the new addition to City Skylines 2. I talked about earlier that I would just buy it as soon as I arrived back from my Easter break and vacation, but I didn't do that. I spent all my money on buying Swedish candy for my kids. It's the same candy as we have in Norway almost, but it's cheaper, and they wanted candy. And although Sweden isn't much different than Norway, my 8-year-old son, he's obsessed with Prime, and we found a store in the city we were visiting that had a lot of different flavors than we have in Norway, and I ended up buying him 8 bowls of Prime in one go, just because he was so cute when he was standing there asking me. So yeah, and my daughter, she also found lots of things that you can buy in Norway, but since we were in Sweden, they were feeling like asking me in really cute ways of buying them lots of stuff. So yeah, I'm broke until my next pay, and I will have to buy it then. So not enjoying that right now due to my kids being cute. But as I said, I haven't spent a lot of time in this area going down into the streets, and I noticed that there are a lot of people walking around in this area. So I did some tweaking, and I placed the paths under the roads so they wouldn't cross the roads, because they are causing some traffic jams. And I thought that if I tried placing them up in the air, but that just looked terrible. So placing them underneath the ground was the best solution. So now they can walk under the roads instead of over the roads. And to be completely honest, it's not the best looking solution either. It's better than them being up in the air, but it doesn't make sense all the time. But they use it, and I think that was the most important part for me, not having all the people crossing the roads around the entrance to the city, and having the traffic flow more neatly in that area. But because it has kind of surprised me that the first entrance into the city, the one that was there when I started the game, that one hasn't been congested and there hasn't been a lot of traffic jams, but I guess the amount of people walking there would have caused some chaos at some point. But it's also kind of funny to see that people are walking around, because I said earlier in the game when I started playing that I wanted this city to be a city where people can walk to stuff instead of using the cars. So they seem to be able to walk quite long distances instead of using their cars. So maybe I have done something right, or maybe that's just how the game is. But following in the footstep of where they are walking, it seems like they're walking to catch a tram or catch a bus. And that is also kind of the point with the public transportation, that they should be able to reach one of them by not walking a long distance, but by using their feet instead of having to take a car to the tram station or something like that. But it's not all successful, because I see that some people are just deciding on risking their lives and running over the roads in front of cars, and that's quite a large bunch of people running over the road. So, but I decided to remove the crosswalks from the streets. I don't know if that is a good idea, but just to make sure that they understand that you shouldn't cross the road here. And some people will still do that, but maybe they will get the hang of it later. But the reason why I also spent some time looking at the traffic in that roundabout is to see if the traffic went up when I placed down the airport, and it might seem like it has done that. And I'm trying to figure out if the cars are deciding to drive through the city instead of using the highway, and if I should just right now add a entrance to the airport from the highway. I think I will have to do that actually, because it seems like the traffic has gone up some in this area. But yeah, never a boring day in City Skylines too. I think I will have to also look over at the harbor area to see how the traffic is doing there. But that will be for a new episode. I would like to say thank you for watching. Do press that like button if you like this episode, and do subscribe to my channel for more updates or new playthroughs of City Skylines and maybe other games. I hope you are having a great day. I will see you again later. Bye.